Hello, everyone.
Hello.
Welcome to the Reconstructing History podcast. My name is Bob.
I'm Kass.
And we're here to bore you for another hour or so on your commute or your evening off. Make some popcorn. Have a cup of tea. Yeah. We're here for you.
Here to entertain you.
So what's new?
What's new? Oh, well, you could tell by the state of me. Put on a hat. Because you don't want to see this. I need a haircut so badly, but I swear to you, I'm going this week. I have an appointment this week. Appointment with Jenny on Thursday, so this will get fixed. But at the moment, yeah.
The good news is the trousers are done.
I've been working so hard that all the trouser patterns are revamped. So that is 1401, the 1940s trousers.
Yep, 1324, 1325.
So that's the Oxford bags and the +4s, golf knickers.
And 919.
And 919, the 19th century trousers.
Yeah, / early 20th century working men's stuff.
Are all completely, and when I say completely, I mean, oh my God, completely.
Done in the can, shipped.
Revised, revamped, regraded, replotted, you can even get them in A0.
It's turned it, apparently, ladies and gentlemen, it's turned into a piglet. It's a sound that piglets make.
But yeah, so it's and now you can also get them in A0 format, and when I say A0 format, I mean A0 wide.
Yes. Because
it's not going to fit. Pair of trousers aren't going to fit on A0 long.
No.
We now print on A0 wide paper.
Because we've heard from you, ladies and gentlemen, that you've been wanting to take the downloads to your print shops. And they've been telling you that they don't print any wider than A0, which is what, 33 inches?
33.1 inches.
So, so we listened.
814
841.
41?
Yeah, I think. 41
or 14.
One
or the other. I'm dyslexic. No, I'm not.
It's math. And anyhow, it's A0 wide.
Yeah. So those are not everything we do. Right. We're converting as we go along. Yep. But so now, all of the trouserings, early 20th century, 19th century and early 20th century trouserings are new and revamped, better instructions, more illustrations.
You should have heard the fights. There were fights because, she relies on me to edit.
And I hate when he tells me that I write wrong.
Well, yeah.
Because I don't.
Passive voice is a pain in the ass. But
and you know what?
It's not my voice.
You know what you do? Yeah, it's not your voice. And what you do is you write big, huge, long sentences that everyone stops after like 4 words, they stop reading. And I don't want you to stop reading. I want you to understand the instructions. So I ignore him, but he catches typos really well.
No, for your voice, the correct style would be, the editing was ignored. But, nevertheless, all of the instructions are updated, and they've been
read by an idiot, and he understood them.
It's true.
No, trousers are difficult. Everyone thinks they're going to buy a trousers pattern and run them up this weekend, and it's a lot of steps. And of course, anything you could run up this weekend, turn a hem and be done, but it's going to look like crap because it is crap.
Yeah.
So
you want to do it right.
Yeah.
It takes time.
And
effort.
And it takes effort, but now
which is why we've been talking about these updates on the podcast for weeks.
Yeah.
Weeks.
So the trousers are done. The 16th century doublets are done.
RH205, RH207.
The 15th century doublet is done.
RH003. Yeah, those are all
done. And of course, I redid
RH006. That's still in process?
No, it's updated. Yeah.
That's done. Right.
The arming coat.
Yeah.
The arming coat is done.
We're making progress.
Yes.
We're making progress. And next up are a lot of kirtles.
Yes. Not
going to tell you which ones.
I'm going to tell you which ones. I reacquired some books.
Oh, God.
From Libraria Università. Pronouncing it horribly. My grandfather is rolling in his grave. I got some books from Italy.
And they're
I reacquired the Moda Frenza books. And
pretty.
and got some
pretty.
other books that are all in Italian because I don't speak Italian, but I can read it.
It's pretty.
And so
And
I
it's
mean,
just pretty. I was looking at the pictures.
It's somebody's getting a Cosimo outfit.
Because, even though we disagree on matters of how words jam together, you still like me enough to make me pretty things.
Well, you're a 6-foot Ken doll. You fit the costume.
What?
Remember,
You know what?
did
Just
we ever-
out me to everybody. That's fine.
Did we ever tell the story? I don't think we told the story. We've probably told the story, but if you haven't heard the story, you should hear the story.
Here we go again.
Once upon a time, Bob and I were dating, and we were going to an event, and it was one of those things. It was the SCA event, and it was one of those things where you can't let him wear whatever he wants to wear because people have started to see us together and expect that everything he wears I've made.
And at that time, I didn't know nothing. I knew even less than I know now, which is considerable.
Matter of fact, his knight's
Less,
wife.
considerably less than I know now, which is not a lot.
His knight's wife said to me, "You can't let him go out in that." So I was thinking, what do I have? And all I had
It was like the night before, so it's not like you could take any
no,
time
no,
to
no.
make
There was
something.
no time, and I don't use a sewing machine, so there really
Yeah.
was no time. But I had made Marklands, which was my first group.
Oh, yeah.
I had the Battle of Hastings reenactment is the day after my birthday every year. So I go, and then all my friends are at my birthday party, and we fight a battle, the next morning when we're hungover.
Like you do.
So I had boy clothes. I had like 10,
Because you had to have
66
boys' clothes to fight in the battle.
Yeah, if you were going to fight on the field, you had to have boys' clothes. And so I had boy clothes that, like 11th century
Mm-hmm.
boys' clothes that I made. And I made them too big. So it looked like I was wearing my father's clothes.
Yep.
So they were really baggy and everything. And I went, "Here, try these on." And he put them on, and it fit like they were made for him. I mean, I wish I could find the picture. I know I can't find the picture because I've looked for it recently, and I can't find
gone.
the picture. But it was this blue tunic.
Yeah, Kowloon.
Kowloon. And
Kregeland, if you pronounce it.
Kowloon.
Isn't Kowloon's a place in the Philippines?
No, Kowloon is part of Hong Kong.
There you have it.
Been there.
Okay.
But so, I mean, it looked like it was painted on him. It was good. It was really
I was
good.
considerably less fat
Yes.
than I am now.
And the undershirt and the underdrawers and the hosen, because the hosen, I didn't have feet in the hosen; they were stirrups. And so
that would not have fit.
Yeah, we don't wear the same shoe size at all. I have big ankles and little feet, and he has big feet and little ankles. It's a total nightmare.
Yeah.
So hosen.
Stirrup chausses.
Yeah, and I told this story to someone, and they were like, "Oh, it's like Cinderella. He fit the golden slipper, the glass slipper." And I was like, "No, I bought him because he fit the outfit. He fit the costume."
But wasn't it Sherry that started calling me the 6-foot Ken doll shortly thereafter?
Sherry Crossley called you the 6-foot
Hi,
Ken
Sherry.
doll. Hey, Sherry. Hope you're listening. But yeah, so that's that. So you are my dress dummy.
5'11", and I'm 5'11", not 6 foot.
5'11" when he stands up straight.
Yeah.
That's like I'm 5'8" when I'm doing a lot of Pilates.
When we practice good posture.
When I'm doing a lot of Pilates and my spine is straight.
So where the hell were we going with that?
I was going with I have acquired the beautiful Italian
Oh,
books,
yes,
and I've started dreaming in Italian.
Of dressing me in lovely things.
I'm dreaming in Italian.
And dressing yourself in lovely things.
Dreaming in Italian, and we all know what that means.
Good food?
No.
Oh.
I don't cook.
Cannolis.
Cannolis. I definitely don't make cannolis. No, the next patterns that we're working on improving are the Florentine bunch. So that's 508, 509, 511, 510.
No.
Yeah, 510 is Florentine. 512, 513, 515.
515.
And and there might be.
So finally, we've been doing gents stuff for what, a month, 6 weeks. So we're going to get around to doing some ladies stuff again, which is going to be nice.
So that's going to be cool.
Yeah.
And and I'm getting a definite urge to make stuff.
Good. Yeah.
So
I like it because I get pretty things to wear.
Yeah, but I'm gonna do the pattern revisions before I make stuff because the pattern revisions, these revisions will be fairly quick because they're not as insane as making trousers.
And I think the good part is, though, that you'll be able to, as we're reading things, reading through the instructions, and something isn't exactly clear, that'll be an opportunity to take that step with it in your hands. So these things are important.
He wants me to make videos.
Yeah, there'll be videos.
And I don't know.
Because I set up all the shit to make the videos. All you have to do is stand there and do the thing.
But I have to talk while I'm doing stuff. And
like you've ever had a problem talking.
I have a problem talking. I have a problem explaining while I'm doing stuff. When I'm concentrating to do something.
We can cross that bridge when we come to it. We can shoot footage and you can talk over it later.
Yeah, but there'll be some explainer videos.
Yeah.
Because I'm going to do the whole thing, ground up, skin out. And that's how I do stuff.
Yep.
And I'm not a sewing machine person. So
gonna be fabulous.
Yeah, it's gonna be awesome. And we're starting early.
Yeah.
So
we're starting
by the time
early.
the weather turns, it's spring-ish. It's rainy.
It's spring-ish.
It's rainy, but the temperatures are, for our U.S. listeners, it's in the 50s.
10, 12 degrees for civilization. It's 10 to 12 degrees.
10, 12 degrees. So, we won't likely see single digits again during the daytime.
One hopes not.
But it's still raining every day.
Yeah. Maritime climate.
Yeah. So, but by the time I finish, it'll be May, and we'll have things to wear somewhere.
Somewhere.
I don't know
Even
where.
if we just go swan about one of the castles.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I don't know.
Because we found another one the other day, quite by accident.
Although, why would we swanning about in a 17th century Dutch castle wearing?
Because the one that
15th century
the one that we
Italian.
found is
16th century Italian.
15th century.
Oh, is
so,
it? Is,
yeah.
Oh, I thought it was 17th century.
Bits of it are 15th century.
Oh, well, we'll just have
Most of it is 17th.
We'll go to those bits.
It's a castle. You can swan about in however you like.
I suppose.
Always has to be some kind of condition.
Yeah, I also have an inkling to make the drawnwork jacket, linen drawnwork jacket again, which those of you who remember it.
If you remember that, good God, stunning, absolutely stunning.
And it was, I can't agree that it was stunning because I made it and I learned a lot of things when I made it, and that's good. But the linen that I originally had just a picture of a close-up of the weave, of the drawn work, and there was no reference on it. So I didn't know how big it was. So I just counted threads, and I pulled the threads according to how many threads were pulled in the original. And it turns out that my linen was 4 times more coarse. So the squares... The squares of my jacket are 4 times the size of the squares of the original. So now I have a source for European linen that is fine enough to do it in the right gauge, or at least close to the right gauge.
A hell of a lot closer than that, yeah.
Yeah, and I kept all of the silver paillettes and everything like that. So I want to do it again.
Yeah, it's going to be in all your copious spare time.
In all my copious spare time. But that's kind of one of those things that,
and because we're competitive, she's like, oh, I want to do the drawnwork jacket. And I'm thinking, I've been threatening to make a Dachshund outfit, RH111?
Yeah.
For 15 years. I started making one.
You started making it
in 2010, 11?
Something like that.
And I got the breeches partway done. And then we moved to the Caribbean and everything but now, here, and, we have 17th century castles to wear 17th century stuff, and why the hell not? Yeah. So...
Now we're just debating what to make it out of, because he was making the original one in wool, and I really think it should be silk.
And, I have to twist my arm. Twist my arm. I'll find some silk, some Duchesse satin.
Yeah, well, there are these wonderful, wonderful markets here in the Netherlands. Every Tuesday in town, every Thursday.
Yep.
They're different towns and different days. But some of them, like the one in Eindhoven on Tuesday, has fabric merchants.
Yep.
And if you know who to go to, or you could just dig through the piles. So
they're all the bolt end people.
Yeah, they're the bolt end people. And you can find crazy stuff for like nothing.
Wait a few weeks till we get, I've been having some things made.
Oh yeah.
And wait till you see
trouserings.
The trousers and waistcoat I had made out of this matching. It's loud, it's obnoxious, and I will wear it on a podcast. And you can be violently ill along with everyone else who sees the video.
And then I was going to say about the stuff and spectacle. We have a stuff and spectacle means the fabric spectacle, or the salon de tissu is how they say it in French. But it's in the Netherlands, Belgium, Luxembourg, and France, and it's a trade show, and it travels around every week, and it's in a different place. And they haven't had them for 2 years. For obvious reasons.
COVID, thank you.
So there's one in Ghent, Belgium.
Yep.
The first weekend in March.
Right.
And it's coming back to Eindhoven the last weekend, last Sunday
in May,
right?
Yeah.
I believe. So.
And they'll fill up a basically it's a convention center size room.
Yeah. It's Eindhoven ice rink. It's where they play the.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's right, because the people who are running inoculations for the Netherlands are now in the great big ass room that the Stuff and Spectacle was the last time we went.
Yeah, yeah. But this is an even bigger room. This is a bigger room. So
I will bring the cart and pony.
And they give you a lovely little bag.
They give you a very big bag.
A very big bag.
Because they want you to fill it.
Yeah.
And you will. We did.
We
filled
it.
3, I think, the last time.
No,
we
we only filled 1.
Oh.
But we were only there for like 15 minutes. We went to the one guy that we know and bought stuff and then left.
It can be like most things like that. It's crowded, it's noisy, and for me, I find it overwhelming.
Yeah.
Very quickly. So basically, and that's the type of thing where you have to walk around. You got to go to each place and root through the things. And after about 15 minutes, I'm just like, you know what?
I mean, I went and I looked at a couple of things, and then I noticed the guy I knew from the Tuesday market in Eindhoven.
Yeah.
And I went to him, and he had everything I needed.
Yeah.
And then I was like, okay, I'm done.
Yeah.
And
Why?
went home
Why bother?
Because
we spent the budget.
Yeah.
What point was there to go? But this time, I think we'll go, and I'll take a couple of tablets of something before we go.
Drop some E.
Yeah, man, wow. Well, it is the Netherlands. I could just go down to, what is the place down on...
Glow sticks.
What is the place down on the street?
What, the coffee shop?
Yeah.
The
purple something.
I don't know.
Anyway.
It's a coffee shop.
No, it's not the purple thing.
It's not the place where you get coffee.
But the menu is spectacular. Anyway, there was a purple kush that we bought there. I forget, pink something. Pink, not the pink pussycat.
It was pink something. It was
just coffee shop pink. Could have been just coffee shop pink.
Yeah, it was.
Anyway, there'll be a link here.
We go there so often.
Yeah. At any rate, just stand outside, make some of that happen, and then go inside and be like, yeah, man, whatever you want.
Yeah, that's great.
Anyhow.
That's great.
So,
carry this. Does it give you superhuman strength? Because I'll need you to carry many things.
You never know. It could.
It might. Give us the kind that makes you strong or not know that you're not.
Point is, Stuff and Spectacle is coming up, so we'll go to both of them and we'll let you know how they turn out.
Maybe we'll do a little video of us running around the Stuff and Spectacle and acting like idiots.
Can do.
Yeah. Can do. Video of us acting like idiots.
Hopefully by that time I'll have my super loud trousers and waistcoat.
Oh, you definitely will. You definitely will. By the end of May? Absolutely. Don't blink your eyes at me.
Wear a clashing bow tie.
Oh my goodness.
So...
Yes.
That's the news. That's all the news that's fit. That's all the news that's printed to fit.
Yes.
So today's topic.
I'm gonna move.
What are you gonna do?
I'm just gonna move my legs because my back is killing me.
Oh, okay. All right, we're shifting.
Oh.
We're shifting. All right, here we go. Valentine's Day. We're filming this on Valentine's Day.
Forgive me if I'm all.
Today's topic is the triangle. The triangle of Project Doom.
Well, it's really the triangle of anything.
Yeah, anything you're trying to do. And here's an image of the triangle of doom. Okay, you see the 3 points: cheap, fast, right. The principle is you can have any two. And
right can be
correct.
Exchanged with. Right could also be good or quality.
Yeah. Yep. So if you want something cheap and you want it fast, it's going to be shoddy and shoddy and incorrect.
Or shoddy and low quality.
Shoddy and low. Yeah, well, shoddy is kind of low quality, but
Yeah,
that's what I mean when I say shoddy.
Yeah.
Well, if you want it tomorrow,
I'm still dreaming in Italian. I'm not listening to your damn English words.
if you want it tomorrow and you want it high quality, oh, it isn't going to be cheap. And if you want it cheap and high quality, you're not going to get it fast.
Even if it's even possible to get
Right.
it cheap and high quality.
Because sometimes you can find another enthusiast because we brought this from living history, where many times in your wide circle of friends, you know someone who is interested in a thing, in a practice. Say you want a certain kind of drinking cup, but you don't know how to make it, and you can't afford to buy that replica that's $500 in the museum shop, but you know a guy. But the guy's a hobbyist. He's like you, and he'll make you one. But when he gets around to it, could be 8 weeks, could be 18 months. You just don't know.
Conversely, when I made my first replica of the Shinron gown, I bought fabric from my favorite fabric store, and it was $6 a yard for this 100% wool fabric it was the right weave and everything. I mean, it was incredible. And it was $6 a yard, and I bought 6 yards of it, which was all they had. And that ended up being enough to make
just enough
to make the Shinron gown because it doesn't have proper sleeves. But it was on sale,
right?
50% off, and so it was $3 a yard. So I spent $18.
Yeah.
But that kind of low expense for the perfect fabric is something that you have to go to the store every week, go to the markets every week, go to the Stuff and Spectacle in 3 different countries, and
which, if you value your time, makes it no longer cheap.
Yeah. So a way to say, it'll be cheap, but you have to put in the time.
Yeah.
So it's no longer quick.
Yes.
It's no longer fast. And if you want quality, you can also get it cheaply, but it'll take you time to pour through all the places.
Well, that's what I was saying about the guy making the cup. It'll take him a while to make your thing for you, and he might just give it to you and trade for something. Or if you could pay the $500 for the perfect replica and have it next day
It's
by UPS. Oh yeah, it's raining sideways. Look at that. So
so much for spring.
Yeah. Well, it is spring. Isn't it? Spring in the Netherlands.
The flowers are blooming. You saw the daffodils. We put
daffodils. There's crocuses. Spring has sprung around here in February. So the cheap and fast and right. Or cheap and fast. What did you say as a synonym for right?
Oh, quality.
Quality, right? Yeah. So cheap and high quality means it's probably not going to be fast.
Yeah.
Cheap and fast means it's going to be crap. Like you can order. There are many companies out there where you can order medievaloid-looking things, for example, and have it tomorrow.
Oh, he was looking for a pair of shoes the other day and came up with a pair of shoes that were something like $35.
Yeah.
And I said no.
Yeah, because they're...
No. Number one, he has really bad feet, and they're really a weird shape. And number two, cheap shit from China.
Yeah.
There's a reason we don't...
Yeah. Cheap shit, if you just need something to get you through,
But I have a rule. You put it on your feet.
Yeah.
It has to be quality.
Right.
Because you have bad feet, I have bad feet.
The point is...
And I'm not walking around a castle on those hard castle floors.
The point is, I could have had a pair of shoes that cost $35, and I could have had them day after tomorrow.
I bet they wouldn't have been day after tomorrow.
Well...
I bet it would have been taken 2 months to get them too.
Well, no, the company was in the UK.
Oh, they're just buying cheap shit from China.
Right. But anyway, the point is, I could have had them soon. I could have had them for cheap, but it would have been crap.
Yeah. And I mean, for me personally, I don't machine sew. And one of the reasons I don't machine sew is because I do everything wrong when I machine sew. I hunch over the machine. I work too fast. I just... Everything goes wrong when I work with a machine. And I like to hand sew. I find it meditative. And so I can sit and, watch or listen to a video and hand sew and get every stitch right.
Yeah.
And I actually hand sew pretty quickly. I mean, I did that.
These days, yeah.
I did that Ottoman Turkish outfit where I quilted.
Oh yeah, that was 100% by hand. And
Yeah.
quilting.
Yeah, quilted the entire outer layer on a big frame. My friend who makes quilts loaned me her quilting frame, and I put the fabric on the quilting frame and quilted it. And that gave me a pain in the shoulder, but only because I was sitting on these, which are far too low.
Yeah.
The quilting frame was up here. It should have been here.
You and your poor posture.
Yeah, my poor posture. My posture, I just couldn't sit up straight, sit up enough. I needed a cushion. I needed a booster seat. But it
took some time.
It took some time, but I think I got it done in 2 weeks.
Something like that.
I think I did the whole outfit in 2 weeks.
But you were working all day, every day.
Yeah, but I was also taking breaks because I was
killing
working
your back.
I was working on it with my shoulder. It was working on it at such a weird angle.
The point is, it would have taken. You were doing it right.
Yeah.
And you weren't doing it cheaply. Mm-hmm. And so you were doing it fairly fast. But the point is, it's still.
I wasn't doing it as fast as someone who cut out all the pieces, ran it up on a machine, and was done. Yeah.
But the time that you spent doing it, that's where the triangle kind of falls down. Is the whole cheap, fast, right, or cheap, fast, correct, assumes that cheap doesn't involve your labor.
Well, yeah. I think that's where fast comes in.
I don't understand.
Well, you can do it. I mean, I didn't do it cheaply because I bought silk.
Oh, beautiful silk too.
But but in terms of labor, like I priced it out. I priced out what it would cost if I charged someone else for that at the rate that I charge for my sewing, which I don't sew for other people, but if I did, what I'd charge, and the cost of the materials and my time.
Yeah.
$5,300 American dollars. And because I quilted the damn thing.
Yeah.
It's a lot of time, and I hand sewed facings.
Yeah. But what I'm saying is,
go see the video on YouTube. It's the facings.
We'll put a link.
So proud of those.
We'll put a link
facings.
like right here or something.
Mm-hmm. But
my point there is that if you take your time out of that, if you don't charge for your labor, suddenly becomes a hell of a lot more affordable.
Yes. Absolutely.
And that's what I'm saying, that the cheap corner of the triangle often masks labor for which we're not charging ourselves.
But that's the cheap part of the triangle. If it doesn't include your labor, the fast part of the triangle does.
I suppose that's
or the
true.
Quality /
I suppose that can be true.
I don't think the triangle.
It's complicated.
I don't think the triangle falls apart. I don't think it does at all.
No. Okay.
I think you can. I think you can have any two, and sometimes you can have three.
Sometimes, yeah. I don't think you can have three without devaluing something rather badly.
I pay myself $1 an hour.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
But like I said, the acquisition of the materials, if you think about it, in the acquisition of the materials, you want to buy stuff on the dollar a yard table, you have to wait for the silk to go on the dollar a yard table.
And then you have to go to the silk.
Yeah.
Sometimes you have to go multiple times. And then you fall prey to that diminishing returns thing. Like if you have to drive an hour to go to the bolt end place, pay for parking, and then sift through the stuff, and you know what, while we're there, let's have lunch. And all that sort of thing.
And why do that when you can place an order with Sartor Bohemia on your computer at home?
But my point is, you can hardly count that beautiful, but
perfect.
But my point is, you can hardly then count that in the cheap column or on the cheap corner, because there are costs that aren't hidden. Really, you're just ignoring them. You're hiding them from yourself. It's like the guy who drives halfway across town to save a penny a gallon on gasoline.
Yeah, it's true.
Come on, who are you kidding?
People who are buying stuff to make stuff typically aren't buying stuff per project. They're going to the Stuff and Spectacle and going, that. I can imagine myself using all of those things. And we all know from experience that if you don't buy them that day, you will never see them again.
Yeah, and let's sweetie, sweetie.
What?
Let's not pretend, and back me up here, folks. Let's not pretend that you or me or anybody else
Or anybody like us.
goes to one of these, anybody else who's likely to be watching this goes to a fabric place and only buys the fabric that they need for the project they're working on.
I've tried.
That's crazy talk.
I've tried.
That's crazy because it's like you walk into these places and you automatically fail your cheap ass saving throw.
Well, I put it to you, sir, that I have not done that at the beginning of the project, but towards the end of the project, when I have to buy something to finish it, I have gone into the fabric store and gone, I need exactly 5 yards of this trim, and that's that's all I need, and I don't buy anything else. Maybe some hooks and eyes, because you always need hooks and eyes.
And then you're already thinking about the next project, and you go,
pretend you're not
some-
pretend you're not thinking about the next project. I was talking about Italian stuff, and you start talking about Degain.
Listen, all I'm saying is you never just go. It's like you never just go to the grocery store for a loaf of bread. You end up coming out with like some McVitie's digestives in a jar of pickles, fabric softener.
Ew. I love pickles and I love McVitie's digestives, but not in the same sentence.
I'm not making a salad. I'm just giving anyhow.
No, I just imagine them between the chocolate digestives.
Ooh, that actually sounds kind of.
No, are you pregnant?
You've accused me of it before when I started gaining weight.
Yes. Well, you haven't.
What are we talking about? Oh, the cheap, fast, right triangle. Wow. I mean, wow. So yeah, and sometimes like there was, sometimes you get none or you get one. Like there was the first time we found the green glass Dutch roamers.
Yeah.
They were right AF, but they were not cheap. And we were not going to get them fast because they were coming from some small craftsman somewhere in Jabip.
Czechia.
Somewhere in Jabip, and they cost us like 75 euros a pop, plus that again for shipping, and we didn't get them for quite a long time. Yeah. But they were like put them next to an original in a museum, and the curator would be like,
you could take a photograph.
Which what? Oh, which one is it? I don't know. Yeah.
Well, they have a maker's mark on them, but you could take a photograph of them, and it'd be like the photograph of the hand of the Laughing Cavalier, I think it is, has a Berkmeyer, not a
Berkmeyer, not a Romer. Yeah.
In his hands, but
yeah, that.
Now you've made me want like Dutch beer in a Romer.
It's a good thing we live where we live, because I can ride my bicycle to the grocery store right over there.
They'll give me a palm.
That's Belgian.
Beer. Palm is Belgian?
Yeah.
But it's very English.
Yeah. The history of Palm in 30 seconds or less. Palm was a Belgian brewery active for maybe 100 some odd years at the time of the Great War, when the trenches passed over the town where Palm was, and the front happened to be British, where Palm was. So the British troops wanted their beer. Supply lines were all messed up.
And Belgian beer is totally, totally different than British beer. So it has a different yeast. I don't like the taste of Belgian beer. I appreciate that it is an awesome beer, but I don't care for it personally.
So Palm changed the recipe and just brewed nothing but this English-style pale ale, but using the European hops and malts that they had access to. So if you're a huge fan of English pale ale or ESB and you have a Palm, you can taste a very subtle difference because the hops varieties are different. But it's an English pale ale brewed by a Belgian brewery, and that's the story of Palm.
And I can have it in a Berkmeyer?
You can have it in a Berkmeyer because it actually has the right color.
Can I have it in a Romer?
Yeah, I suppose.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Is that all right?
Yeah.
All right. Big roamers, not the little tiny wine
No.
roamers.
That you fill with sherry.
Yeah, I'm not going to drink sherry.
Sherry.
Nah, fruit of the grape. Not my friend.
Yeah.
Not my
Anyhow, glassware. That was, you can only have 1 point on the triangle. And, sometimes if you're not smart about how you source things,
you don't get any of the points on the triangle.
Well, you can get cheap.
No, I've seen people spend an awful lot of money
Yeah.
and wait a very long time for something that was completely
Absolute shit. Yeah. So, yeah, that's why we say, generally speaking,
Yeah.
with the triangle of, what are we calling it? The iron triangle.
Is that what we're calling it? Triangle of truth.
Triangle of truth. The iron triangle of truth.
It's iron?
I don't know. Well, because I was just about to say how it breaks from time to time. So it can't quite be iron, can it?
It can't be. Iron breaks. It's
The
not a bridge.
malleable copper triangle of mostly truth sometimes. Most often it works that you can have two,
I give up.
but you can't have all three.
Yeah.
If you try to have all three, you're going to have nothing.
Yeah. So pick your battles.
Yeah.
If you don't have the budget to do something at the price that you can do it quickly, take your time and spend less money.
Yep.
If you need it right away, be prepared to pay. And if you want it perfectly right or high quality, be prepared to pay and to wait.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's all I got.
That's all the lesson.
The lesson endeth here.
Wow.
Isn't that a proddy thing? That's a proddy thing, isn't it?
Thus saith the Lord. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. No,
Here
it's a Protestant.
Here endeth the reading.
Yeah, here endeth the lesson. Yeah, that's a
Here
proddy
endeth the
thing.
lesson?
Here endeth the lesson. Didn't you go to church?
I've been
I've gone to.
I've been to Creaster. I've been a Creaster for 30 years.
And that's the doorbell. So we're gonna go.
Yep, we're gonna go. Bye. Ring the bell. Subscribe. All that. Love you. Bye.